For 9 years, they were America's family. Every week, millions gathered to watch a little girl named Laura grow up on the Minnesota Prairie, to laugh with her, cry with her, and call Walnut Grove home. But that was more than 50 years ago, and today, the man who held that family together is gone. And so are many of the faces beside him. This is what really happened to the cast of Little House on the Prairie. There was a time when Friday nights belonged to the Prairie. In living rooms across the country, families gathered side by side, the week slipping away as the familiar theme music began. Children settled in pajamas, parents with coffee or tea, everyone drawn to the flickering promise of Walnut Grove. For 9 seasons, from 1974 through 1983, this ritual played out in millions of homes. The world outside might change, but for that hour, the bonds of family and the rhythms of simpler days took center stage. The stories were gentle, sometimes heartbreaking, often hopeful, woven through with lessons that lingered long after the credits rolled. Faces on the screen grew as real as neighbors, their laughter and struggles echoing the joys and losses of those watching. Now, decades have passed since those appointment TV nights. Some of the cast who felt like family have faded from the world, while others remain, carrying memories and the weight of years. Yet the warmth of those evenings endures, a shared memory that still calls people back to the Prairie, even as time moves steadily forward. Subscribe for more stories that bring cherished moments back to life. The first episode of Little House on the Prairie aired on NBC in September 1974, quietly introducing the Ingalls family to a country in search of comfort and hope. Over the next 9 years, the show became a fixture in American homes, its gentle storytelling and honest emotion setting it apart from everything else on television. Each week, new chapters unfolded, some adapted from Laura Ingalls Wilder's own memories, others imagined for the screen, but always with the same core: family, resilience, and the promise of a better tomorrow. By the time the final credits rolled in 1983, Little House had left its mark on a generation. Yet the story hasn't faded with time. The series has found new life on cable reruns, DVD box sets, and festival marathons, drawing in both lifelong fans and curious newcomers. While streaming platforms have rotated the series in and out of their libraries, the digital age has made Walnut Grove more accessible than ever, with episodes surfacing on various services and classic TV channels. The world is changing quickly, but the Prairie endures. In recent years, news of a reboot in development has sparked fresh excitement, with casting announcements making headlines and longtime viewers wondering how the spirit of the original will be honored. The enduring appeal of Little House on the Prairie is a reminder that some stories are woven into the fabric of who we are, always ready to welcome us home. Subscribe to keep these memories alive. 3 young actresses stepped into the world of Walnut Grove and grew up before millions of viewers. Melissa Gilbert was just 10 years old when she took on the role of Laura Ingalls, quickly becoming the heart of the series. Her early years on set shaped a lifelong career, but as the years passed, her path led far from Hollywood's spotlight. Now based in New York City, Gilbert has built a new chapter centered around her lifestyle brand, Modern Prairie, focusing on creativity and community rather than the pressures of fame. Her family life has deepened too. She's the mother of 2 sons and has been married to actor and director Timothy Busfield since 2013. Melissa Sue Anderson, who played Mary Ingalls, brought quiet strength to the screen. Born in 1962, Anderson remained in the public eye for years after leaving the show, appearing in television and film projects. Her personal life unfolded away from the cameras with a marriage to television writer Michael Sloan in 1990 and 2 children. In August 2025, Anderson experienced a profound loss when Sloan passed away after 35 years together, a private moment for someone who had spent her youth in the public gaze. Lindsay and Sydney Greenbush, identical twins born on May 25, 1970, shared the role of Carrie Ingalls for 8 seasons. Once the show ended, both chose to step back from acting, seeking privacy, and focusing on education. In recent years, Sydney announced she would no longer attend reunions, preferring a quieter life. The Greenbush twins remain a symbol of the show's innocence, their decision to leave the spotlight a reminder that childhood fame can lead to many different kinds of futures. Karen Grassel, remembered by millions as Caroline Ingalls, has spent her later years reflecting on a lifetime in the arts. At 84, she continues to share stories from both stage and screen. In 2026, Grassel published her memoir, Bright Lights, Prairie Dust, offering an honest look at her journey from Broadway hopeful to the steady heart of Walnut Grove. Her writing captures the challenges and joys of being a pioneering woman in television, and her advocacy for women's rights has only grown stronger with time. Grassel's recent work includes a turn in the film Not to Forget, and she remains a frequent voice in conversations about equality and the lasting impact of Little House. Alison Arngrim, now 64, is best known for her unforgettable portrayal of Nellie Olson. Far from the spoiled antagonist she played, Arngrim has become a passionate advocate for child protection and AIDS awareness, traveling the globe with her one-woman show and speaking at events dedicated to causes close to her heart. In 2026, she appeared at Burr Oak's 50th anniversary celebration, connecting with fans who remember her as television's most famous troublemaker. Her memoir and ongoing activism reveal a life dedicated to turning childhood fame into a platform for change. Dean Butler, who joined the series as Almanzo Wilder, continues to honor his Little House years through storytelling. His memoir, Prairie Man, My Little House Life and Beyond, released in June 2024, draws on memories from the set and features forewords by both Melissa Gilbert and Alison Arngrim. Butler's reflections serve as a bridge between past and present, reminding readers of the enduring bonds formed in Walnut Grove. Subscribe for more stories that keep these legacies alive. Catherine McGregor's sharp wit brought Harriet Olsen to life for 9 seasons, making her both a foil and a favorite. She passed away in 2018 at the age of 93, leaving behind a legacy of laughter and unforgettable mischief. Victor French, who played the steadfast Isaiah Edwards, died in 1989 at just 54. His warmth and humor linger in every memory of Walnut Grove's kindest neighbor. Merlin Olsen, the gentle giant Jonathan Garvey, died in 2010 at 69, remembered for bringing quiet strength to the Prairie. Each of these actors gave their hearts to the series, and their absence is still felt by those who remember Friday nights spent in their company. Their stories live on, woven into the fabric of the Prairie. Michael Landon was born on October 31, 1936, and from the very first day on set, his presence shaped every corner of Walnut Grove. He was more than Charles Ingalls. He wrote, directed, and led by example, blending humor and kindness with a steady hand. Landon's last public appearance came on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, May 9, 1991. Even as illness changed his appearance, he faced the world with honesty and warmth, thanking fans and urging hope. Less than 2 months later, on July 1, 1991, he died at home, age 54. Yet his spirit remains the heartbeat of the Prairie, echoing in every story still told. Subscribe to revisit more cherished memories. Shannon Doherty joined the Prairie in its final year, stepping into the role of Jenny Wilder for season 9. She was just 11, wide-eyed, and earnest, carrying the story forward as the series drew to a close. Decades later, Doherty became a star in her own right, but for many she would always be Jenny, one last child of Walnut Grove. On July 13, 2024, Doherty died at age 53 after a long battle with cancer. Her loss felt different, closer to the present, a reminder that the story still reaches new hearts. Through her, the Prairie's legacy finds its way to a new generation. Subscribe to remember these stories with us. Television preserves what time cannot: the warmth of shared memory, the faces we still remember, and the spirit that endures beyond loss. Even now, new generations discover Walnut Grove, and its lessons echo across 50 years. The heart of that Prairie family lives on. Subscribe for more stories like this.